Adrian was a former secret society member. He was involved in a gang fight a few months ago. Fortunately, no one was killed, but about 5 of the boys were injured. Adrian managed to escape without injuries. He did not go to jail because he was only 13 years old. He was sent to the Tampines boys' home instead. Adrian was not used to staying at the boys' home. He missed the freedom he used to have. He also disliked the strict discipline at the home. Adrian made friends with 3 boys who were his age. Raju, Zul and Chin Peng were very similar to Adrian in character. They were aggressive and they resented staying in the home because they had lost their freedom. The officers tried their best to be their friends and to show care and concern, but these 4 boys continued to be hard-headed and troublesome. Their fellow residents of the home lived in fear of them because the 4 would team up to bully them. One day, Adrian, who was the group's unofficial leader, called for a secret meeting. He told them his plans of escaping. The other 3 boys were doubtful at first. But Adrian soon won them over with his plans. He told them that they would pretend to start a fight and then pretend to be injured. They would stage this little drama near the gate of the entrance to the boys' home. They would also try to drag the other boys into the fight to distract the security guard. When the guard is sufficiently distracted, they would try to slip out. Secretly, Chin Peng and Zul were not sure about Adrian's plans. However, they had no choice but to support his idea because they could not think of anything else. Besides, he was their leader, so they had to listen to him. Raju was put in charge of forcing some boys to help in their plans. Their job was to distract the guard. Chin Peng had to pretend to be injured, and Zul and Adrian would stand very near the gate to ensure a smooth escape. The boys planned the escape for the coming weekend because it was not a visitors' weekend and all the boys had to stay in to do cleaning up. It was a Saturday night, after dinner. They had all finished doing their cleaning up and most of the boys were watching television in the lounge. Adrian gave the signal to Raju to get the boys who were supposed to help them to escape get ready. Chin Peng and Zul were already outside and Adrian was making his move. Everything seemed to be going Adrian's way as the boys were quite convincing. They were all afraid of the 4 and some of them thought a real fight had broken out. The guard had left his post and the 4 boys were running towards the gates. They were about to climb onto the gate when they received the biggest shock of their lives. Out of nowhere came 2 huge Alsatians, growling fiercely at them. They shook their heads in disbelief. They had never seen the dogs before. As expected, the escape was unsuccessful. The boys found out about the secret guardians of the boys' home, 2 very well-trained guard dogs. The Alsatians were trained not to make any noise unless there is an attempted escape. The 4 boys were punished severely for their attempt to escape. However, Adrian seemed to learn his lesson not through the punishment but after he heard that his mother nearly got killed in an accident. He was very quiet after that, especially after he visited his mother in hospital. He decided then that he should turn over a new leaf for his mother's sake. His 3 friends also agreed with him. From then on the boys at Tampines boys' home led a more peaceful life because the bullies had become their friends instead.